Khairi Abaza is an Egypt expert and senior fellow at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies, and he is with us now on the line from Cairo, Egypt. Thank you for being with us. Can you describe the mood for us and tell us what's been happening there today?
Thank you very much for hosting me. The situation in Egypt, it's a new revolution that's starting, and it's the despair of the youth of the revolution who saw that the revolution was stolen, and the disappointment after 2 years that in fact Mubarak was replaced by what they see as a new form of authoritarianism. And the violence has started again as if it's a new revolution, as if we're back 2 years ago.
A new revolution. And how real is the warning from the army chief that the state could collapse? Could the military step back in and take over?
Well, the military has took a step back when it allowed President Morsi to have all the political power last summer. However, today we are in a situation where obviously President Morsi and the Muslim Brotherhood were not able to draft a constitution that would include all Egyptians, and that they would change the way Egypt was ruled. And they see this new president and the Muslim Brotherhood as a new form of authoritarianism. Before we had a military-backed regime, and today we have a group in Egypt that wants to replicate what was done in the previous decades. So this is the frustration that the Egyptian people is feeling, and on top of that, there is an economic frustration. The economy is not doing well. The Egyptian pound is losing value, and so there is no prospect for many Egyptians, and this is why we see the anger, the frustration, and also the violence that's much more than what we have seen in the first revolution.
But let us not forget, Morsi was elected by the people. So how did we get back here?
Morsi was elected by the people, yes. He was elected with slightly over 50%. And he was elected because of the vote of the non-Islamists, of the secular, who preferred to vote for Morsi rather than vote for the General Shafiq, who was the last prime minister of Mubarak. So they thought that Morsi would actually deliver on the democratic promises, and they were disappointed. And in the first round of the presidential elections, most of the votes went to the secular candidates and not to the Islamists. So this is the part that we should not forget, that Islamists got about 40% of the votes in the first round of the election, and it's only in the second round when Morsi promised to be president of all Egyptians, to diminish the presidential power, and to draft the constitution in a way that would include everyone. Unfortunately, this did not happen. And it is the issue of the constitution that actually triggered this anger. When they saw last November the Islamists drafting a constitution that did not include the participation of the non-Islamists, of the secular groups, and the participation of the Coptic Christian Church and the women.
Khairi, I have just a few seconds left, but I do want to ask you about the sense there. Are Morsi's days numbered?
It all depends on the way he would handle this crisis. If he would have a serious dialogue with the opposition and put on the table the issue of the constitution that would include everybody, I think there could be a way out of this crisis. However, if this does not happen, I think only repression from the state can stop the situation in a temporary manner.
Khairi Abaza, thank you so much for joining us on the line from Cairo. Appreciate it.